Hi guys, it's Kat. I just realized today was Wednesday. I was so convinced it was Tuesday. Anyways, they're really random. But hi, how are you? Welcome to today's journal with me. I haven't done a journal with me in like more than a month now, I think. I don't even know. The last one that I uploaded, I was planning on doing a journal with me like every single day or every other day for that week. And then I just never finished editing the video. And so that one is going to be forever lost to the ether because it's so out of context. Does that make sense? Forever lost to the ether? No, it'll never be seen by the internet because it's really out of context and I don't feel like redoing the voiceover and explaining it all. So I'm going to share with you guys a different journal with me that I had filmed after that one, but this one's a little bit more timeless. Like I don't have to explain any context really, but I did do it back in February. So for the flip through at the end of this year or next year, you'll see it in February. Speaking of flip throughs, I know I haven't uploaded it yet. The more times that you comment for me to do my journal flip through will not spur me on more to do the journal flip through faster. Like it just won't. I'll just tell you the truth. Save your time now. It'll come out when it comes out. I'm sorry. But like, what if I just didn't want to share it one year? Like, would people just harass me for the whole entire year? Anyways, I will be uploading it at some point. I just have to find the motivation to sit through editing a whole hour or 2 hours long footage. So we'll see about that. I'm sorry if you're really looking forward to it. But yeah, so today's journaling page, I was doing a lot of layering and just doing like art for art's sake kind of deal. I didn't really have like a quote or anything in mind or like a specific concept or a picture to base it all around. I just kind of collected a bunch of pieces. I didn't film the first collection of pieces because like I just randomly decided to start filming it because I had the feeling that this was going to be a good journal page. This was kind of the beginning because now it's more than a month later, almost 2 months. Is it? Wow, weird. From when I did this page, now I've started creating ephemera. If you don't know what an ephemera pack kit is just like pieces of scrap paper. They can be like vintage or whatever. I don't know. I looked on Etsy and I found a pack like maybe a year ago and I ordered it and I've been using it since. Very good purchase. But I recently, and it kind of started when I did this page, have been creating ephemera out of my K-pop albums. If you know, I sometimes buy extra versions of my favorite K-pop albums so that I can cut them up and journal with them. But most of the time I can't use the whole album and I'm not going to journal that whole album like endlessly. So the NCT 127 regular irregular albums have other pictures, like conceptual type pictures, and I found that they're really good for just adding more dimension and more color. So I've been kind of creating a little bit of my own ephemera out of the scraps / random bits of the album. But of course you don't have to like buy a whole new album. You can also find, if you're interested in doing what I do with K-pop albums, you can look on like secondhand or used album sites. Like Mercari is an app where they sell stuff, or just like on Depop for like cheaper, and then you can order that and cut up your albums. But you don't really have to spend that much money to, you know, get scraps like this if you're interested in journaling like this. And you also don't have to like order off of Etsy. Just, I think the one that I ordered, I didn't even know it was so long ago now, but I think it was like $10 plus shipping. But you can make your own easily, and I've talked about this in the past before, not too long ago either, I don't think. I'll look for that video and I'll leave it at the end of this video and in the description. But like the importance of collecting scraps and not throwing things away that could later be used in a very magical way in your journal, but then deciphering for yourself what is trash and what is reusable, and not being a hoarder. Like, be rational about it. Like, are you ever going to use this little tiny square of black paper for reels, but also you don't want to be too unenvironmental, you don't want to keep throwing away paper. I don't know. I don't even know where I'm going with that. But you can easily buy used books. Like, there's a bookstore around me that has like really random books for $1 outside, and you can get something like that and tear out the pages, or you can even coffee stain them. That's something that I want to do, but like I'm too sentimental to cut up any books that I currently have, and since, you know, everything is closed, I can't go buy a $1 book right now. But collecting scraps, saving them, organizing them also really helps. So organizing them, how I organize my stationery and stuff like that is in these little Muji containers. They're kind of plastic, I can kind of see through them so I know which is which, and they're different sizes and they're still very aesthetic to keep on view. But I separate things by like scraps of just plain paper The ephemera that I bought from Etsy is in a separate container, and then the new ephemera that I'm making with the K-pop albums is in a different section. Separating things like that by section also helps in, like, now you know where these pieces are, so you're more likely to go back and use them and like actually use them and not just hoard them forever. And then also going back through your scraps occasionally to throw away things that you're just like, this is never gonna get used. It's actually something I should throw away. I also sort my other papers in files that are separate from those containers, and so they're separated like by brown paper scraps and black and see-through and white. And I also have a separate folder for K-pop pictures, mostly just NCT if I'm being honest. And I also have a folder for printed pictures, which I don't print many pictures anymore because I don't have access to a printer. But anyways, back to this page. And so at first I was crowding the page too much. I didn't really like how it turned out, so I figured I'd just like swipe it all off and try it again. I like to lay things out obviously before I start gluing things down, which is a very smart idea. But sometimes that won't work out, so you just swipe it away and redo it. It was a little bit too busy, but once I cleared it away and started again, I felt a lot better about how it looked. And then sometimes, I don't know, I just like have this in my head. I'm like, no, I picked this piece out. I really want to use it. I must use it. And sometimes I get stuck in that, which is not very helpful because it stunts the creativity. Also in this page, I feel like I used a lot of scraps that I have been trying to use for a long time. And finally, like, they fit in here, and I'm happy about that. But yeah, it was just kind of like a nice little collaging page. I really like how it turned out, and yeah, it's a pretty neutral palette, and I feel like this is my style of neutral. Like, this is as neutral as I can get while still being like, yep, this is me. But this, like I said, it was done in February, and I did quite a few pages in February, but like, it's nothing compared to how March has been so far, because we all know March is a wild month because I'm only ever home. So journaling has been going good, but also I feel like I'm really running out of things to journal, which is sad. And I was like, what? I don't know, this feeling. Like, my journal has really been turning into K-pop journal, which, like I've said before, like, this is whatever I want and what I'm currently interested in, and I really want to show that and emphasize it and not like shy away from it or like be self-conscious of doing what I want to do. But I was just like, I miss like having receipts from when I would go out with my friends and go here and there and have pictures and print out Polaroids of our pictures and stuff like that. So I miss that kind of journaling, because it's really easy that way to step out of my usual journaling style and try something different with that, because not everything out in the world is my style. So my goal for today, because I'm going to do some journaling today, is to step a little bit out of my style, maybe do something a little bit bright and colorful and not like me. But yeah, so lastly, on the right page of this journal, I have a little quote, and it's one that I was looking through my old journal way back when I made this page. I've already journaled with this quote before, but now I don't remember which journal it comes from. But it says, the moon has awoken with the sleep of the sun, the light has been broken, the spell has begun. I don't know, I just wrote it there because I like that, and I love the moon, and I love, yes, magic. Good. I don't know. Just thought I'd share with you guys what I wrote down there. So yeah, anyways, that's it for this journal with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will try my best to get that journal flip through out at some point this year. But for sure, another journal with me should be coming to you very soon. So yep, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye.
I was yours on Sunday, while we watched the children play. We fell deep in love again, like we always do.